Now let's go into Revelation. Revelation 12, verse 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. But there's a woman here, right? John the Revelator saw a woman with a crown upon her head and 12 stars on the crown, right? And she's clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet. Right, that's wisdom and knowledge. That represent wisdom and knowledge. All right. And that woman that he saw is the Israelites. Right. That woman he saw is the Israelites. Let's get that real quick. Jeremiah. Jeremiah 6 and 1. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. So the Lord said he's likened his people, the Israelites, to a comely and delicate woman. Understand? So that woman John the Revelator saw is the Israelite. She has 12 stars on her crown. Each star represents a tribe. All right? Revelation 12 and 2. And she being with child, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered. All right? Because we were in the Roman captivity. Right? And the woman, and it says right here, she being that woman that John the Revelator saw. Right? She being with child, crying and pain to be delivered. Because we were under the Roman captivity, man. And we wanted to be free from that captivity. All right? And there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. Right? It said there appeared a great red dragon. That goes back to Genesis 25. Right? When Esau was born, and he came out red, he's the red dragon. Right? The 7 heads is the 7 empire of the Edomite rulership. Right, the 7 ruling empire, the 7 ruling kingdom of the Edomites. All right, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. Right, and his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. Let's stop right there for a minute. It says, and his tail. The tail right here, it's talking about that dragon, that red dragon. It says his tail. Remember. All right, you need to know something. The head, right, the species have a head and it have a tail. The head is the beginning of it. The tail is the last part of it. The tail is the ending of the beast. So it says, and this tail, the tail of this beast, meaning the last part of the beast, drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven. The 3rd part of the stars of heaven. Now go back to this woman that John the Revelator saw in 12 and 1. She had a crown with 12 stars upon her head. But the tail, the last part of this dragon, the tail, to the 3rd part of the stars, meaning 3 stars. The 3rd part meaning 3 stars, right? That is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Understand? So his tail is going to draw Judah, Benjamin, and Levi and cast them to the earth, right? To get a better understanding of that, let's get I'll read it again. And his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven and did cast them to the ground. All right, let's go to 2nd Ezra, the 12th chapter. 2nd Ezra 12, revelation of the vision. The eagle whom thou sawest come up from the sea is the kingdom which is seen in the vision of thy brother Daniel. So he said the vision that he was showing Ezra of the eagle, he showed that same vision to Daniel. Alright? But it was not expounded unto him, therefore now I declare it unto thee. Behold, the days will come that there shall rise up a kingdom upon earth, and it shall be feared above all the kingdoms that were before it. Alright, so matter of fact, let's go and get what he saw, what he showed unto Daniel. Let's get what he showed unto Daniel. So this is what he showed unto Daniel, right? This is Daniel 7 verse 7. After this I saw in a night vision, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly. It had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and did stamp the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. This is speaking of the Roman Empire. Alright, let's go into Daniel, the second chapter. Daniel 2, verse 40. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in piece and bruise. You want a verse? Alright. Revelations 13, 9 and 10. Revelations 13, 9 and 10, right, says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. There is the patience and the faith of the saints. Alright, now let's go back into Daniel's again. He said he wanted a verse, so I gave him one. Daniel 2 and 40. And the first kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdueth all things, and as iron breaketh, all these shall it break in piece and bruise. Alright, so that is the Roman Empire. Alright, and remember I just read in Revelations, the 12th chapter, alright, that woman was dying to be delivered from the Roman captivity. Alright, we were in the Roman captivity. Alright, and we were dying to be delivered. Matter of fact, let's go back now into 2nd Ezra, the 12th chapter. 2nd Ezra, the 12th chapter. It says, behold, the days will come that there shall rise up a kingdom upon earth, and it shall be feared above all kingdoms that were before it. Right, that is the Roman Empire. In the same shall 12 kings, in the same, right, 12 kings are going to reign one right after the other. Alright? 12 kings. You got Julius Caesar, Octavian, which is known as Augustus Caesar. Alright? You got Tiberius, Caligula, right? Tiberius and Caligula, Claudius, Nero, Galba, Otho, Vitellius, Vespasian, Titus, and Domitian. Alright, those are the 12 kings that reigned. But remember in Revelation, the 12th chapter now, Revelation, the 12th chapter, it says his tail, and I said the tail is the last part of that beast. The tail is the last part. And his tail drew the third part of the stars, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, because there was a split in the kingdom, right? And who was in captivity then? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. The tail drew the third part of the stars and did cast them to the earth, right? So let's find out now who the tail is. This is the book From Babylon to Timbuktu, right? By Rudolph R. Windsor. We're going to find out through history who the tail is. And when we got cast to the earth. This is From Babylon to Timbuktu, page 84. In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus, keep that in mind, Vespasian and his son Titus, read it again, in 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves, all right? The point I'm making in 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter, all right? Revelations 12 and 4, his tail, which is Vespasian, Titus, and Domitian. Those are the three that put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter and did cast us to the earth, right? And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered to devour a child as soon as it was born. Understand? It just goes to show you that your preachers in these churches ain't teaching you nothing. Ain't teaching you nothing. They're telling y'all that America is Babylon the Great in the scriptures and it's going to be destroyed. They're telling y'all that y'all are the Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. They're telling y'all are the Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. Understand? They're telling you who Esau is, the Edomite, which is your arch rival, your enemy, the seed of Satan. Understand? And he's going to come down on y'all after great wrath because his rulership is done. It's over with. Understand? And the Most High is raising up his people. Understand? And y'all ain't ready for that. Y'all ain't ready for rulership. But y'all are going to be ready for this though. The concentration camps. Right? The RFID chip, the microchip, the mark of the beast. Alright? And the destruction of America that's coming. Because America is going to be destroyed. Thus says the Lord. Understand? And if y'all know anything, if y'all were righteous, y'all will be celebrating knowing this, that America is going to be destroyed. Understand? You'll be celebrating that you are the children of the Most High. Y'all are the Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. The people of Negro and Indian descent. You'll be celebrating that. But y'all don't know nothing. Understand? Y'all are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Believe me, y'all are going to literally be destroyed for lack of knowledge. Better believe that, man.